Welcome everyone, it's great to have you. So in the next 60 minutes, I will be going over 4 main points to help you make the leap into the Millionaires Circle. Now, of course, we only have 1 hour together, and I know you are going to want to have more information. So I'll be telling you a little bit later on where you can go on our website to find out more about this new amazing 3-day event that I have come up for you, and it's called the Millionaires Circle. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of information from that seminar to give you an idea of what we will be going over. So what I'm going to cover in the next hour with you are main things to help you become a millionaire, to help you have a business that will generate millions, not just one or two, but beyond even. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to target the affluent, how to market to them, how to sell the affluent, and then how to profit from the relationship with them. So those are the 4 main things. Now you probably noticed a theme here, right? I'm saying the word affluent. Well, that's what we want to do. So if you want to step into the Millionaire Circle, you can no longer be marketing to people that can barely afford your treatments, and that's why you start discounting, and that's why you don't make as much money as you would like. So before I dig in a little bit more, I want to tell you who this is really ideal for first, and people are still joining in here. And when I start working with people, some of our clients, closely with them, I come across situations all the time that led me to really creating this new seminar, the Millionaire Circle. These are some of the things that I come across, and as I name them, I want you to tell me whether these are some things that you also experience. For example, many entrepreneurs I work with are very tired, they're frustrated, they work so hard, but they're just not making the money that they really deserve. That's one group. Then I see some people that feel stuck in the 6 figures arena. They're making maybe 5, maybe 7, maybe 8, and they're just not able to jump into that Millionaire Circle, and they're really ready to soar. So I really want to help those folks. And then sometimes they may be already making $1 million, but then many of them, when they reach that plateau, they don't seem to be able to move up a little bit further. As a matter of fact, I was just visiting someone that was in that same scenario. They've been making $1 million for the past 3 years, and now they're ready to multiply their business. Or sometimes people are just so stressed, they're continually striving to just make ends meet. They're barely breaking even, and what the heck, why did you become an entrepreneur? You don't want to definitely be in that situation to break even. Or I find people that are not doing right marketing, bad marketing strategies. They're attracting people who can't afford their business rather than attracting people that can afford you and deserve you. So those are some of the things that I come across that really led me to want to come up with something to help you step into that Millionaire Circle. So here's how I feel. If I'm going to get up in the morning, get dressed, take a shower, get dressed, come to work, I might as well make millions. Why do it other ways, right? So I really want you to start thinking, to make that kind of money, you have to do some things differently. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of these things that you should try to do differently so you can step into the Millionaire Circle. So as entrepreneur, you know, you went in business yourself to have financial freedom, to be stress-free, to have more balance in your life, to do what you want, to take these nice vacations, to spend time with the kids, but instead you end up working for your business. And that's not really where you want to be, is it? I don't think so. So if some of what I said registered with you, then you're definitely in the right place. So you need to stick with me for the next hour or so we can give you some tips to really help you get started in the right direction. Now we have many new people with us on the conference line and also on FaceTime Live that are not maybe familiar with us too much. So I would like to invite you guys who are not too familiar to go to InSPArationManagement.com, and on the home page you can download 3 free gifts. You can get a copy of my book. You can get the capacity calculator that's going to help you see your true potential and how much revenue you can generate if you are targeting the affluent. And then also one Coach Me module that you can listen to help you with your business. So make sure you go over there and check them out. All right. Now, I really want to be as energetic as possible today, but I have to tell you the truth between us. I just took a red eye from Seattle last night. I flew into Orlando at 5 o'clock this morning. Then my wonderful Tara came and picked me up from the airport, and we drove for an hour to come to Daytona. Got home, had an orthodontist appointment, and then here I am here. Aren't you proud of me? I don't know what I was thinking to schedule this at this time, but I'm going to give it my best. All right, so these are the things, again, we're going to go over. I'm going to start with targeting the affluent. So what can we do to target these guys? Who are they? Who usually would you say they are? To me, if somebody is an affluent, and you can do some research online, by the way, about this, and it's usually people that make at least 100,000 and up, right? It could be a single person making 100,000 or up, or it could be a couple that are making 100,000 and up. Those are really the people that are going to be able to afford some of your treatments and your services. So I did some statistics for you. I actually did a little digging to learn a little bit more about who they are. They are in the top 21% of the U.S. households. They make over 100,000, and they represent 24 million households, right? 24 million households, and maybe 59 million adults, because again, they're either solo or they're with a partner, and they're typically those are the ones that make 100,000 and up. And also, they have 60% of the total U.S. income and 70% of total U.S. consumer wealth, and 97% of them are homeowners, and 25% actually own 2 or more personal residences. So I'm one of those people. Of course, I make way over 100, and I have actually 2 homes, getting ready to have 3 places that I can live into. So I'm your ideal target market. You want to go after people like me. So those people are twice as likely to buy, and when they do, they spend 3.2 times more than the average household in many categories. So there you go. Now we know who we need to go after, and there are millions of them, you guys. So I get this sometimes, but our area is not wealthy, or our area is this. I don't care where you live. Every area has people that are rich. Every area, it doesn't matter where you are. Every city has areas that have people that are doing well. So we just need to start changing that state of mind and start realizing who we need to go after. We need to go after these people that can afford us, so we can be making millions. So that's the first step, is realizing who they are, who we're gonna target, where do they live, how much money do they make, and I'm gonna get into that here a little bit more. So there's basically 2 ways to really make money, you guys. Approach to selling really and marketing. So you can attempt to sell a small amount of products to a large group of people, right? So that would mean they're less expensive. Or you can attempt to sell a large amount of products or expensive products to a smaller group of people. So I'm a perfect example of this again. Like, for example, if you take our membership programs, we have the platinum memberships where people are paying us $12.95 a month. We have marketing memberships where people are paying us $1,500 and $2,000 a month. So it's not like we have thousands of those people. We have fewer than people are. For example, Coach Me members are paying $99 a month. We have hundreds of those. But those people that are paying the larger amounts, it's better to have fewer clients, you're getting a lot of money from them, than to have a bunch of clients that you're selling them barely anything. So I went through this exercise. Like I mentioned, I was just in Seattle working with a Coach Me Platinum member, and we did this exercise together to find out who are the people that are spending the most amount of money with them. And when we ran a report by client, how much each client is spending with them, we found out that their top clients were spending on average between $12,000 to $15,000 a year. This is a Medi-Spa, and that's how much people were spending with them. So what we want to do is we want to find out the characteristics of these people that are spending between 12 to 15,000 and start going after more people like them. That would be a very important exercise. As a matter of fact, this is your first homework that you should do, and that is to run a report of your clients by revenue to see who are those high dollar spenders, and then you can go and come up with their profile, come up with an avatar of who they are, and then that way we can go and find more people like them. So we need to find out who they are, what gender you have most of your clients. Are they more female? Are they male? What are they? What's the combination? Where do they live? So I started digging when we started talking with Dominique and Andrew about those top spenders. We needed to find out where they lived, where do they hang out, what country clubs do they belong to, where do they shop, what theaters do they go to. Those are the things that you want to find out. And the next advice I'd like to give you is you should really invite all of them to come and see you. You can do maybe a little wine and cheese for them, or do a little focus group in your office, or take them somewhere and ask them why they come and do business with you. Why are they choosing you over other people? And that's going to help you determine your unique selling proposition, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, but also it's going to help you determine, again, who you should go after. Does that make sense? Yes. All right, so the whole thing, and these are the things that I'm going to go over with you in the seminar. For those of you who are going to come and see me for the Millionaires Circle, I actually have, this is going to be more of a workshop seminar. So we're actually going to sit down, we're going to come up with the profile of those clients that we want to go after, and we will come up with an entire exercise to really help you come up with who that right target market is for you. So there's going to be some workshop techniques in that seminar. All right, now I want to show you just one little thing, because that's another thing that I do when I start working with someone, is realize the capacity of your facility. And I just want to show you what pricing, the difference pricing makes when you come up with your prices, and how much money you could really make. So before I went to Seattle, I was actually in Pittsburgh working with another client. And while I was in Pittsburgh and we were calculating the volume per guest for the team, we found out, this is, by the way, a plastic surgeon that also owns a Medi-Spa. They have the most beautiful facility. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's called Estique. And I was there with Linda and Dr. Lazaro. And when we calculated the volume per guest to see how we can improve the business, we found out their facials were not as high as they should be. So I just want to show you how much revenue you can make if you had good volume per guest for a facial, and one that's not so good out of one room, how much revenue you could really generate. Excuse me. So let's say you have one facial room, and let's say the facial average is only $69, which you'll be surprised how many people's volume per guest for facial is $69. That just blows my mind. It's like, what's wrong with you? You need to definitely make it better than that. But let's say you're open 217 hours a month and you have one room, and let's assume each facial is 1 hour. So that means that room can generate $14,000 for you. Now, who are these people that are spending $69? Are they the typical, are they me, your ideal client? No. If you told me your facial was $69, you know what I would do? I would run. Because you know what? That tells me your facial is not so good. So your facials, let's assume they're $189. Let's assume you have a hydrofacial and you're doing $189 facials instead of $69 facial. Same team member, same room, just different pricing. Now we went from 14,000 to what? To 40,000. 40,000. Same amount of hours, same amount of effort, same therapist, esthetician, just maybe a different client. Either a different client or you need training for your team to teach how to upgrade treatments more often. So that could just be a day spa, you guys. So all of you that are on the conference line with me and on FaceTime, if you have a day spa, I want you to look at each room and put like a dollar sign on it. If you work this many hours, how much this room can actually generate for you. So how many rooms would you need to make $1 million if every room is 40,000? Not a whole lot of rooms, really, right? So you can do this. I want to open up your mind to the possibilities. Now, let's say you have a medical spa, which we have a lot of clients who have medi spas. We work with a lot of doctors and nurse practitioners and so on. And I have to congratulate Dominique in Seattle. When we did her VPG she's the best injector. Her volume per guest for certain month was like 800 and certain month it was 1,000. Volume per guest. So she's averaging $1,000 per person that she sees. That's incredible, isn't it? Yes, that's a great goal. If you're not there, that's a great goal. If she can do it, so can you. So let's just say 500. You have a medi spa and you're just averaging $500 per guest. And even assuming each treatment of that 500 is also 1 hour, again, open 217, you can make $100,000 from just that one room at 500. Now you go to 1,000 volume per guest per hour, that's 200,000 out of one room. One room. That's not counting retail, that's not counting membership sales, that's not counting anything else, you guys. I just wanted you to come up with what is that number for you. How much money, and that's why you should go download that capacity chart, by the way. If you don't have it yet, go to InSPArationManagement.com and it's right on the home page. It says your gift and you can download the capacity chart and see how much revenue you could really be generating. Okay, so that's really the first step in deciding on having a multi-million-dollar business. See what your true potential is. So get that state of mind to work properly. Now, here's the thing I kept hearing from the team in Pittsburgh. Now, Dr. Lazaro is a plastic surgeon. They're selling procedures for $20, $30, $40,000. Yeah, let's say the facial was only $69 or $70. So the people, the team members, while I was doing their training, they're telling me, yeah, but our clientele can't afford a $120 facial. They can't afford a $180 facial. And I just looked at them. Are you kidding me? They're spending $20, $30, $40,000 right next door to you having plastic surgery. These are the same people in the same neighborhood. If they can afford thousands of dollars on plastic surgery, believe me, they can afford a $189 facial. Right? Right. So it's all in the head. It takes some work. I want you to start thinking, I have a multi-million-dollar business, or I have $1 million business, or I have a $5 million, whatever it is. See what is the potential, because you have to be realistic. You can't say, I want to make $5 million and you only have 3 rooms. No matter how you work the math, it's not going to happen. But be realistic. Find out how many rooms you have. How much money can we generate from each room at a higher volume, because we're going to go over the affluent, right? And then now you have your goal to see how much money you could really make, right? So, but I want you to double. Don't be growing at 10%. Don't be growing at 20%. Make millions. People need you. What you offer is something that's needed. It's not like you're doing root canals for people, for goodness sakes, right? You're making them look better. You're making them feel better. They want you. They need you. And that's what we want. All right, so once you come up with your ideal target, here's another point I want to make real quick here, is that you're going to have to walk the walk and talk the talk. You can't attract the affluent people when you're not looking good, when you're driving a beat up car, or when you don't live in such a great neighborhood. Excuse me, see the red eyes catching up with me here. So what you want to do, you want to belong to country clubs, and like I belong to a country club and a yacht club, and go golfing and do this and that. You have to do the things to meet the kind of people that you want to attract. You have to go and hang out where they hang out. So walk the walk and talk the talk. Look the part. Some team members, when I go do some on-site training, some of the team comes like they're going to clean the house or something. Like, what's wrong with that picture? So set the standards. You have to look good. Your team has to look good. And when you do, you're going to attract those kind of people, right? Absolutely. All right, so that's the target market. Now, of course, during the seminar, I'm going to go over a lot more in depth. I only have 60 minutes, and I've designated like a few minutes for each section for you. So that's what we wanted to, at least I wanted to awaken you to who you should attract. So you're with me?
You're getting them.
All right, good. Okay, now let's go to marketing to the affluent. Now, marketing is a big thing. You have to really use their language. That's why I told you have to really find out who they are, what magazines they read, what TV shows do they watch, so we can use the same language that they're used to, correct? So that's very important. So when it comes to marketing,
people are commenting they already need to get on your calendar to have meetings with you ASAP.
That's right.
We're not even halfway in. We're like 20 minutes in.
Oh, that's good. Well, good luck getting on my calendar, because I'm fixing to leave again. I'm going to go do another on-site in Houston next week, and then I'll be off to Vegas and then to San Diego. I'm speaking at the AM Spa Show, and then I go to San Diego to see another client. So I'm going to be very busy, so you better get on the phone making appointments with me. All right, so the marketing to the affluent, what we want to talk about is media, message, and unique selling proposition. Those are the three main things we want to focus on. So the media is, how do we reach them? What are we going to use to reach them? And Facebook is all fine and dandy. A lot of people like it. But what we want to do, because of the type of people I'm talking to you about, really we want to go to LinkedIn and start marketing to them on LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn is where all the professionals are. That's who we need to go and attract. We want the lawyers, we want the accountants, we want the nurses, we want the doctors, the engineers. Those are the professionals that we really need to go after. And those guys are all, and gals are all on LinkedIn. By the way, I have my Coach Me Expert this coming week is with Yaakov, and we're going to be talking about how to market on LinkedIn. So make sure you join us for that. This is one of our free memberships. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, you can go to InSPArationManagement.com and sign up. Every month I interview an expert to help you with your business. And this month we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. But here's what I tell, the clients that I work with closely. You should go and fine-tune your LinkedIn profile and start joining different professional groups and start commenting and start leaving little advice here and there. And then you can make an offer and get them to come in and see you. You can offer a free gift card to come in, to also have a consultation with you. And now you're starting to attract those people. So that's one way to attract them. The other way is they're all about the proper positioning. They want to see who they want to deal with. So video marketing is key. So doing more videos, offering your expertise on camera, kind of like what I'm doing right now, attracting new people to you. Again, business is business. I just do it to attract business owners that happen to own many spas and spas, and you want to attract other consumers that are professionals or business owners that need to get Botox and fillers and lasers and sexual health and day spa, these stress programs, it's the same thing, you guys. So you just want to make sure you're using the right media, the right message, the right communication, the right offer. That's the thing. There's no offers in hardly any of your communication. So it's funny. I was doing a day with Dori, with Janice and Jennifer a couple weeks ago, and they were sitting here in my conference room in my office. And Jennifer reminded me what I did to Janice one day during the Platinum meeting, and I had forgotten all about it, but it's so funny. I want to share it with you. So they were so excited because they had this TV commercial going on to promote their cool sculpting. So all the entire Platinum group was sitting there, and we pull up this commercial, and it's telling people all about cool sculpting and blah 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 blah, and the commercial ends, and I'm like, so what do you want me to do? And then Jennifer says, you got up to Janice, you put your hands on the desk, and you said, where's the offer? And the entire group was cracking up laughing, because you're spending this money on whether it's a magazine ad, a Facebook ad, a direct mail piece, whatever it is, an email blast. You're spending the time, the money, and efforts, right, to actually create an ad, and you don't put in an offer. It's like, that's not right. You've got to have an offer. So having the right offer to attract the affluent people is key. And that offer is not going to be get 10% off or get 20% off, because you know what? They don't so much like discounting. What they like is added value. So your offer has to be classy. Your offer has to be different. It can't be like everybody else's offer. So again, during the seminar, I'm going to be teaching you how to create great offers to attract these type of people, and the type of message and communication that you're going to need to use to attract that type of clientele. Because believe me, it's totally different than attracting a Groupon client. That's for sure. I don't even like to say that word. Ooh, that was bad. All right. So then the next thing, besides the message and the media, is the unique selling proposition, or I like to call it your positioning, unique selling positioning myself, because it's all about positioning. And the affluent people like to deal with professionals. They like to deal with people who knows their stuff. They're experts, right? They don't mind paying for things as long as they're getting great value, right? So I want to give you a couple of it. And when I ask people, what makes you unique? How do you differentiate yourself from other people? And they say, well, we have great products. Yeah, that's what everybody else says. Or, oh, we have a great therapist. Yeah, that's what everybody else says. Or, oh, we have a very nice location. So that's not a unique selling proposition. Because that's what everybody else says. There's nothing unique about that. So I just want to share with you a couple of unique selling propositions from some famous companies you would recognize. So for example, FedEx. When it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight. That's a unique selling proposition, right? And FedEx became who they are simply by having that unique selling proposition on their marketing material, right? And then the M&M, do you know what M&M's is? Everybody should know that, right? Do you know it, Tara?
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, come on, and not in your hand.
Oh.
I guess you're not an M&M lover.
I don't think so.
So, and that was actually that's because she's a millennial. She doesn't remember that commercial. That commercial played for a long time, right? Now I'm telling my age. And Domino's, remember what Domino's is? Get fresh, hot pizza delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less, or it's free, right? And again, Domino's was selling to college students, right? And they all were doing what? They were sitting there smoking their pot and wanting to have munchies, ordering pizza quickly, right? By the way, when I was in Seattle, because they grow stuff now all over the place there, we were going to a restaurant and we were walking through the parking lot and you can just smell people smoking. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You don't smell that in Florida like that. So anyway, so we want to come up with a unique selling proposition. So I'm going to take you through the process on how to create one. And we're going to talk about it and do an exercise to actually come up with it. But we're going to use positioning, like you as a book author. By the way, if you have not been to the book writing seminar yet, you need to get your high knee there. We have one coming up, I think, in March. Right, Tara? When is it?
Yes.
I think it's in March. You should come so I can get you published, and then we can use your book to have a unique selling proposition. Because you know what? When I wrote my book, that's when my business started going into 7 figures. It's a crazy thing. It happens when you become a published author. It's nuts. So you really need to do that if you have not been to one. We're actually going to do it twice this year, maybe 3 times, because we're getting so many requests. It's becoming one of our most popular requests for seminars. So make sure you come. It's an amazing experience. So anyway, positioning is a big one. Expertise is a big one. How you present yourself. Speaking is another big one. I actually built the entire InSPAration Management company on me speaking alone, you guys. Just speaking. And that's what I was telling Dominique yesterday. And she's so smart and she loves education. She's so talented. And that's why I was telling her, you need to start getting on the speaking circuit. You need to start going out there and helping people. Just come up with a little presentation. I'm going to help her do it with 5 ways to look your best, as you age, or 6 secrets on how to lose weight, or 7 ways to do this. Just like little tips that you can go and do, people. And you can do FaceTime live like this. Facebook Live, I always call it FaceTime, and Tara looks at me and says, it's Facebook, Dori. So Facebook Live, you can do webinars, you can do meetings with these chapters that every organization, every profession usually has, like a chapter for accountants, chapter for bookkeepers, legal lawyers, things like that. And you got yourself a great way to position yourself and also have a unique proposition, because you're educating people and turning them into clients. So that's a great thing to also do. So that's about the media and the message and the unique, how to market to the affluent. Of course, there's a lot more. As you know, marketing is one of my favorite things to do. So if you need help, or if you're not reaching the right audience, then maybe we should assess your website, your menu. Your menu, by the way, is a big thing too when you're marketing to the affluent, because they want to be able to take a menu, look at what you have. It needs to have the right texture, the right look. So if your menu, your website, your business card, all your branding is not singing the same song, you need to call us up, and I have a whole team here that will help you do all that. So let's get your image very professional so you can attract those kind of people, because they're not going to want to come into a dungeon, right? Yes. All right, so let's talk about selling to them now. How do we sell to the affluent? Well, very carefully, right? They don't like cheap. They don't like discounts. As a matter of fact, if I see something that's cheap, it's like, I don't really want it. I'm sure you're the same way. So they don't want that. I want to use a couple of examples for you. Like when you go into, let's say, Cartier or Louis Vuitton or the Chanel store, are you going to see things on discount? Come on, let's have a moment of truth. Do they? How about Apple? When you go into an Apple store, do you ever see a sale? Do you know that Apple does one sale a year, and that's on Black Friday? They discount their computers $100. That's the discount that they do. So why do we have to discount? Tell me why. And then you're hurting each other, because it's just so silly. Because I was doing a private coaching day, and they were telling me that their Botox in their area sells for $12 a unit, therefore they can't sell it for more. Says who? Says who? Why? Don't you want to be more expensive? I want to be more expensive because you know what? You're going to attract a totally different kind of person. And you know what? If you're selling Botox at $12 a unit, you're not making a whole lot of money. Right? But yet, they have this price war going on between Medi Spas. I was driving down I-4 and I see this huge billboard in Orlando with 2 doctors on it. Botox, $9 a unit. I'm like, what morons? Are you kidding me? Why? They need to call me. No, we can't do that. We can't be cheap if we want to attract those kind of people because they're not used to those type of things. So whether it's Neiman Marcus, Cartier, Amex, for goodness sakes, American Express, you have to pay them to have their card. And then they want you to use the card, and then if you don't pay it, what happens? They charge you interest, or any card for that matter. So you need to decide what kind of business you want to be. Who do you want to sell to? And adapt what they're used to. They want quality, they want value, they want expertise, they want a nice experience. That's what they want. That's what they want. It's really very simple, you guys. Actually, I found this little study that they did. I want to share this with you. This was from the Dr. Wensings, and they did a food study. And the food study was taking few people, and to go through a dining experience. And they took them to just a very plain place. They had the menu on a piece of paper. It was just described as fish, scalloped potato, beans, chocolate cake. They served it to them on paper plates, and they served it to them with plastic forks and knives. So at the end of the dining experience, they asked them to rate it from 1 to 10. And these people gave that experience, 1 was poor, 10 was good. They gave it a 3.4 point experience. Now, they took a different group of people, and they took the same menu, but it was presented in a beautiful way on very nice paper, very rich feeling to it. They served them the same food. Oh, by the way, the menu was described in a very eloquent way, just like when you go to a fancy restaurant and how the waiter or the waitress speaks to you. And they served it to them on china plates and with nice flatware. And they asked them to describe their experience. You know what I'm going to say, right? Right?
10.
Almost a 10. They gave it a 9.
Wow.
Same food, same chef, whatever, just presented. The perception was just so different than eating it on a plastic fork and spoon and on paper plate. So it is reality. Perception is a reality. So if you want to sell to those kind of people, I cannot walk into your treatment room and have to tell you to clean it up because it's not organized, because you have products jammed up in the cabinet. You have no rhyme or reason, or your linen is not pressed and crisp and beautiful. I mean, those kind of people are not going to come to that. I walked into an aesthetic room one day, and the steamer, the glass where the water is, was so, what do you call it?
Corroded or something?
Corroded, yeah, like the water, the hardness of the water stains the glass. I wouldn't want my frosty cat to get a facial with that steamer. Yeah. So we need to clean up. We need to be nice. We need to have the orchid by the front desk. We need to look classy if we want to sell to those kind of people. The place needs to smell amazing when they first walk in. And you know what's really strange, you guys, is sometimes you go into your place day in, day out. You don't look at it with new eyes. I want you to go and look at your place with new eyes tomorrow and see what a first-time client sees and clean it up, get it organized, get it classy looking. Now, if you're already doing that, congratulations to you. But you know what? Sometimes things start slipping and you just need to pay attention to that. So don't compete on price. You don't need to when you're providing that great guest experience, right? So that's what I really would like you to focus on. So I told you I was going to give you, I have a few more things I need to talk about, which is profiting from the affluent. But I need you to go to the page where the seminar is on. So if you want to find out more information about it, it's on inspirationmanagement.com/Millionaires Circle. Millionaires Circle. And that page is going to give you some more details on what this seminar is going to be about. And I'm going to make you an offer. Guess what? I practice what I preach. I'm going to make you an offer to join me for the very first Millionaires seminar. So how do we sell to them? We talked about the perception. We talked about value instead of discounting, the way we present it, your menu, your presentation, all that. So keep in mind, you should go shopping at Tiffany. You should go to Neiman Marcus. You should go to Tesla. Have you guys been in a Tesla store? When I was in San Diego, I'm thinking about getting a Tesla SUV. I don't know. Should I?
I think so.
I think so. Tara thinks so. So I was in Newport Beach, California last week. And my friend took me we went to this amazing mall. Oh my God, I have never seen a mall like that in Newport Beach. I forget the name of it. Paul is going to kill me because I'm not mentioning the name of it. But anyway, we walked in and we saw a Tesla store. They have just 2 Teslas in the store right in the mall. Have you guys seen those stores? Amazing. So they had this huge big screen and the guy actually built my Tesla just with the touch screen, what color I wanted, what wheels I want, the type of battery I want, the stereo that I want, and of course it came up to $107,000 because I'm not looking for discounts. You're not looking for discounts when you go to buy a Tesla, right? No. So, but they did have an offer. They did have an offer, and the offer was a rebate because you're buying an electric car of $2,500. So that was their offer to actually purchase the Tesla. But there was no discounting there. There was no haggling. It wasn't like going to any other dealership where you're saying, oh, I know you can do better. I'm going to make you an offer. And then the manager comes and discounts it. There was none of that. Why? Because the way they position themselves. So it is about that, you guys. So if you want to attract and sell those kind of people, you don't need to be cheapening yourself. Right? Right. Okay. So, one other point I want to make regarding selling people. You know how when you go to a resort spa, the massage usually is $200? And I have some clients in Arizona and you know, Phoenix, Arizona, right? I'm having a mental block here. Again, that red eye is getting to me now. So Phoenix, Arizona, you know, they have all these beautiful, amazing resorts, and there's tons of also massage envies. So I happen to be working with a massage envy client and also the resort. And the same person that was working at the resort that was delivering the $200 massage in the morning was working at Massage Envy delivering the $49 massage, right? So how can a resort ask for $200 for a massage and then you have the discounting of Massage Envy at $49 or $59? Same therapist, right? Just because the resorts decided that's what they want to charge for a massage. And people pay it. Of course, I've paid it many times. I'm sure you have too. But it's just the experience again. So don't discount anymore, you guys. I hope I made my point on that one. Okay, so profiting from the affluent. So we talked about pricing. Now pricing is key. I'm going to take you through an exercise when we go through pricing in the seminar to make sure that your prices are set properly, because many times your prices are not set properly. You're not taking into account operating cost, the product cost, how much you're going to pay the person, and how much profit you want to make. You've got to, there's a formula. You don't just say, oh, my competition is charging $12 a unit, that's all I can charge. Wrong. What happens if your mortgage is higher, your expenses are more, you're paying your team members more? Then you're not making the money. The numbers can only stretch so far. So out of each dollar that comes in, when you're pricing something, you need to take that dollar and you need to decide how much of that dollar is going to these four ratios that I just named. What were they? Operating expenses, product cost, team pay, and how much profit you want to make. When those are balanced, now you know you're profitable. You guys, I work with so many people. When I start working with someone, sometimes they're making $1 million a year, but they're not making any money. I should say they're generating $1 million a year, but they're not getting to keep a lot of money. So there's a difference between gross revenue and profit revenue. And I want to make sure that your pricing is set up in a way that makes sense. And again, because they're not looking for cheap, they're not looking for discounts, and because you're going to improve your positioning, you're not going to afford to charge more, because you're going to attract those people that want better, finer, nicer things. Right? Doesn't that make sense? I think so. So that's my goal for you. So we need to make sure our pricing is correct, and I have an entire calculator for you that we're going to use and show you how to price all your items. So have that like take it or leave it mentality. Instead of discounting, this is our price and this is where we need to be. All right, so we went over the 4 things that I wanted to go over. And now you basically have a choice, you guys. I hope that I excited you enough to want to be in the seminar with me, so you can join us in that Millionaires Circle. So you have a choice. You can either come or you can not come. It's up to you. But I want you to go to that page, because I'm going to walk you through a couple of things that are very important. You can go to InSPArationManagement.com/Millionaires Circle. Millionaire with an S. Millionaires Circle. And you're going to get to see all the information about the seminar. I want to encourage you to invest in your future and invest in your career, in your business, because when you come, you're going to be able to gain all the secrets that you need to truly step into that circle. So I want to encourage you to go. Now the investment is only $3,000. It's an investment to make millions. So are you willing to pay $3,000 to make millions? Absolutely. Now I told you I was going to make you an offer, but I am not really discounting my seminar, because again, I practice what I preach. So instead of discounting, I'm giving you some added value. You're getting the Coach Me series, the brand new Coach Me series, Soaring Ahead. It's a value of $1,700, and that's an amazing series that I'm doing right now. So the seminar is going to be in April 16th, 17th, and 18th, and it's going to be here in Florida in Daytona Beach, and it is $29.50. You can either do one payment or you can do 3 payments if you want, of $1,066 each. Now, the other thing you're gonna get with the seminar, I'm gonna give you some tools so you can benefit from it. I'm gonna give you a budget file. I'm going to give you the compensation model, a marketing plan for the Affluent. I'm going to give you the sales model, which will include the pricing calculator. And I'm going to give you a template of how to speak when you go and start improving your positioning. So those are the things I'm going to do for you. And then one more, I'm going to give you a $300 voucher towards your book seminar if you'd like to come and join us for that. So those are all great values for you to go ahead and sign up. I have few questions here actually that are coming in. So I'm going to take a few questions, and if you have any more questions also, you can send them in, or send them on either Facebook Live or on my email. So the first question is from April from New York. Hello Dori, so glad I attended this event. You have opened my eyes to the true potential I actually have. My question is, should I come to the Leap Ahead first and then come to the Millionaires Circle? That's a great question, April. I did not talk about the Leap Ahead. So the Leap Ahead seminar is really a blueprint from A to Z on how to operate your business. You should definitely come to Leap Ahead. Whether you do it first or second, it really does not matter. You need to come to both. We have a Leap Ahead coming up in February. It's almost sold out though, so if you want to come, you should hurry up. And the Millionaires Circle is all about, again, how to go after that affluent market and make millions instead of spinning your wheels and discounting. So you should really do both. It doesn't matter whether it's first or second. Ideally, the reason I really did this seminar, you guys, is because many Leap Ahead graduates would ask me, what's next? What's next? And so this is what's next, the Millionaires Circle. So if those of you who are on with me that already attended the Leap Ahead, this is a no-brainer for you to come to this one. And you know the kind of value I give. So you should definitely come. Thank you for asking, April. Next question is from Tanya. Dori, you are such a blessing to us. Thank you for saying that. We met at a trade show and I saw you speak and been following you ever since. I have to confess, oh, here it goes. I have been procrastinating, but you just lit a fire under me now. I'm going to register. Thanks so much. My question is, how much will it be for a second person? Okay, so if you go to that page, I think it should be on there, or maybe not. We're having the second person attend for only $995. So two of you can come for basically a little under $4. So looking forward to seeing you, Tanya. Thank you. Next question is from Megan. I'm a Leap Ahead graduate and I'm so glad you are doing this. It's just what I needed. Count me in. Oh, that's good. We can count you in. So where can I learn more about the Platinum membership, and do I get an additional discount if I was a Platinum member? That's a great question. I didn't talk about that either. So if you're a Platinum member, I'm sure we're going to do a special access for you. I haven't really finalized it yet, so maybe we can get back with you on that and see. Because usually Platinum members come to the seminars for free. So I'll have to see how that's going to work out. But we'll keep you posted. All right. Any other things?
I do. So I have a person who's asking, how can I introduce my clients to paying regular prices instead of the discounts that they're always used to receiving?
Yeah, we have to retrain them and go get new clients. So the question was, in case you did not hear it, how do I sell to the clients that she already has that are used to discounts now? How can she sell them at a regular price? You just have to really retrain them. The best way, with all the joking aside, I was trying to be funny here. All the joking aside, you should introduce a new menu with new pricing, and that way they know it's something new and different. And that's exactly what we're doing for Linda, by the way, in Pittsburgh, who I just visited, because their clients were used to that low facial. So what we're going to do now is redesign a new menu with new treatments, rename them so it's totally different and totally different experience. So now we can charge more without them thinking, oh, what happened to that facial? Well, that facial is no longer available. It went bye-bye. So you could do that, and then again start attracting the people that are willing to pay your worth. That's what you want. You want people to pay your worth. You're great at what you do, then you need to charge for it.
What quality of service they give.
Absolutely.
We all know Botox, it's more about quality instead of quantity.
Exactly. For sure.
Are you planning a Millionaires Circle next year, or should they get a fire under their butt and get here this year.
They should do it now. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably end up doing 2 this year, but the first one is in, like I said, in April.
Mm-hmm.
April 16th, 17th, and 18th. And it is going to be 3 days just filled with great, like you're going to leave with things already done. So like I said, it's going to be more like a workshop style seminar instead of just, teaching. You're going to leave with your target market. You're going to leave with how to price. You're going to leave with knowing your numbers and how many treatments we need to do and how much we need to charge to hit the million, the 2 million, the 3 million. It's going to be hands-on, learning from me, and being able to go back and implement everything. It's going to be awesome. So I hope that you're going to join me. I see some registrations already going through, so congratulations for those of you who are taking action. I'm super excited to be seeing you in April. And to register, all you have to do is go to the page, InSPArationManagement.com, Millionaires Circle, and simply click the green Register Now button. Or if you have any other questions, we have some team members standing by to answer any of your questions. So I'm so excited. Aren't you guys excited? Thank you so much for joining me.
We're getting shout outs from Asia. We're
Wow.
getting shout outs from Canada.
Nice.
So everybody, and of course the USA.
Yes.
Everybody's all over.
Hello to all of our global friends. It's so exciting that you could be with us. And until next time, you guys, God bless and stay inspired. And let's get into the Millionaires Circle. Dori Soukup signing off.